Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the fourth quarter of a very exciting match. Hi, Cornelia.
Hi, Andrew. How are you tonight?
Very well, and you?
Fantastic. This is really going to be fun tonight. They are so close. I mean, even, 20 imps is not that much in this group.
So the 4-1 trump break means that Declare is going to have to play a little carefully here, but I think he should be able to make 10 tricks.
Well, it seems to me that he needs to take his spade pitch and get his spade roast before he plays any more trump. What do you think, Andrew?
Well, he could also play to score a diamond rough in his hand. And with Jack 10 8 of trumps in his hand and only, in the dummy, and King 6 2 in his hand, the problem is that if he takes a spade rough in the dummy, the Queen 7 of hearts is starting to look kind of strong. And of course, if he takes a rough in both hands, then he's in danger of losing one spade, one diamond, the Queen of Hearts, and a long heart, although he can probably get around that by leading his clubs as trump substitutes through North.
Well, I know this is double dummy because I can see the club split, but it looks to me like club, club, pitching a spade, ace of spades, spade rough, heart to the king, ooh, spade rough, rough a diamond. You could be right. It could be too tight for that. I was thinking just keep playing clubs because if North roughs low, you can over rough. Otherwise,
So I think he's got it now. If Fantoni roughs this, he can over rough. He'll lose a diamond, but the defense only has one diamond and one spade and one heart to cash. And if Fantoni pitches on both of the clubs, then he'll just play a spade after that. Now Fantoni can play the king of spades, forcing him to ruff with the jack of hearts, which promotes the 7, but that's still only 3 tricks for the defense. Sure. I'm sure we're going to find ourselves in 4 spades without too much more ado, and unfortunately, there are 4 top losers.
Five if you count a club rough.
There could even be 2 club roughs.
Yes, it could with the heart entry.
Hey,
Hi,
Andy.
Andy and Cornelia.
Hi, Andy. Welcome. See, I think the Ace of Hearts was a mistake there because he doesn't know for sure that East doesn't have the singleton heart, and then he misses out on his second club rush. As long as he believes his partner's signal for the heart, I think he should go right low from the ace first.
So this part score may actually be a part score. So I'll explain the one diamond by North being crash, which is color or rank on the hand. So this one is for the majors, this particular hand. It could also be for the minors.
And for those of you who've been watching some of their earlier auctions, let me point out that when they're not vulnerable here, they seem a lot more willing to get in there and mix it up when they're vulnerable.
Oh, he does have the 6 of hearts, Andy.
Oh, sorry, I hadn't paid attention to that.
It's been noted before that East-West make a living out of very thin 3-note trump contracts. This would be an extremely thin one. East just about has the maximum for his bid. It'll just depend on whether Eric decides to take one more push with his hand. With the club suit coming home with a finesse in, their 7 tricks are easy for East-West. They do need to get at least 8 tricks in order to push the board with the other room.
Which they will get now with the heart lead.
And transportation is a problem for Declare here. Getting to the board to lead a club towards his hand is not as easy as it looks, and also he has to take into account the one diamond bid by North. So now he has 8 tricks in the bag. Question is whether he can go for a 9th.
I'm going to bet against that.
I won't take you up on that one. So this will be 3 straight pushes. The Nickell team does need to have something positive to happen for them, and Monaco team would just assume that it didn't. So he'll claim his 8 tricks and go home after this. These look like the type of hands that if you stay out of the auction, you're better off. I don't think Pantone stuck a 3-note trumpet in. Oh, certainly the lead helps here. If he can stick in the 9, it's going to go a long ways in making this contract. If he plays low and sees the 8 come up, he'll be able to lead a diamond back towards the 9.
Even so, I think he's going to have a tough time making this contract.
Yeah, I was just thinking about whether there's any possible way to set up the clubs, and it doesn't look like it to me.
You'd have to lose 2 clubs, and the defense also has the diamond ace for 3, and they can easily set up 2 heart tricks for 4-5.
Yeah, there's just a 0 prayer on his hand, really.
It's not even clear to put in the 9 here, because that 8 of diamonds could have been from the 8-10.
It could have been, except that he's really running out of options with this hand. He doesn't have a whole lot to work with.
No kidding. But I'll still bet he tries the clubs. He'd play the club to the jack or something like that and hope that the queen comes down.
Probably his only hope is a miracle holding like queen 10 tight on side.
Exactly.
Well, he does have 2 entries to his hand, so if he can develop the club suit, he may have a shot at this. One of the entries the opponents are going to have to give to him.
Santoni led the deuce of diamonds. Does anybody know what their leads are? Would that necessarily be from 5?
No, it's low from encouraging for them. Also low from odd. It depends on the situation, but just an encouraging card for them.
They play something called Slawinski lead.
That pretty much seals it up for him. You've got 3 heart tricks already ready to go for the defense.
Yeah, he's going to lay down a king of clubs and hope they split. Or sorry, not split, but that the queen falls.
Not much left here.
Well, they're really thin 3-note trump bids haven't been working quite so well today.
So now the question of trying to salvage this to see if you can go down 1. Down 3 is a possibility here. But it looks like down 2 will be the normal result. Well, it looks like all roads lead to down 2. I don't see where Rodwell has any play whatsoever to Good comment by Al there. Anyway, 3 hearts is the limit of the east-west hands. So Rod will be able to rough one diamond, give up a club trick to make 3.
So we're moving at a brisk pace here, but Nickell are still waiting for that board where they can win back 10 imps.
Yeah, 4 pushes in a row. Except for board 51, the contracts have been identical so far. So Eric missed his only chance to be in dummy to take a losing finesse.
Well, excuse me, I can only see 5 tricks here for declare, so he's definitely got some work to do.
On a spade back, West can duck the spade and that'll freeze the suit for North. The 10 of hearts also has some appeal to South here. So the defense has really solved all its problems so far. It looks like Declare is reduced to trying to find the jack of diamonds in the south hand, a club to the ace and a diamond back. So this is his only entry to dummy, and he's not going to be able to set up the clubs. It's interesting how different the hand might have played if he had put the nine of spades in at trick one. And this will squeeze actually the west hand here.
So right now he has a safe exit in hearts, but then the next time he gets in, he's going to be end played.
Well, if he exits a heart, he'll win the king of hearts, ace of spades, jack of spades, and eventually he'll come up to the queen of diamonds. So that was the end play I was talking about earlier. For all the kibitzers who are telling me otherwise. So a tough 1-0 trump, both very good defense and good declare play. As I said, about the only thing I would have been curious about would have been if he had played a nine of spades, how different this might have been. Don't know. So Al already anticipating their bidding. With a 4-loser hand, they'll probably get the game on this one. Well, they could have set one spade, one trick at least. As Joey has pointed out, this will take some careful playing on Declare's part. The early spade tap and the 4-1 break makes the hand more difficult. So it looks like after he reps the third spade, he's got to play 2 diamonds, pitching a spade from dummy, and then roughing 1 diamond. Fanconi does not go with the tap, so this is interesting.
Well, North could kind of figure this because with a double rather than just bidding hearts, Rodwell must have some diamonds. and then correcting clubs to hearts, must have some diamonds. And North has a good diamond holding, so there's going to be some roughs coming. So I think that trump switch is a really nice one.
I don't think Declare is going to have any trouble making this.
No, it doesn't seem so, but I still think it was a nice trump switch.
So the question, I guess, would have been if he continued with third spade and declared pitched the diamond, whether the time was still there for him to make the contract.
Well, I don't see how he could make it if he pitched a diamond on the third round. So that'd be 3 losers, and so he can't afford to lose any more tricks, and he can't rough the 4th round of diamonds in the dummy. So I think he would have been, on that line, he would absolutely go down.
So the other line we have is for him to rough immediately, and how does he keep going back and forth to the hand? He could play the ace-king of diamonds and pitch a spade from dummy.
All right, well, we got another hand here, so I'm going to think about this one. This time we get to see the north-south system in action. So I think the 1 spade bid denies a 4-card major.
It does. It's like they're forcing no trump.
Between the two tables tonight, we have almost 4,000 kibitzers. Isn't that amazing what this video site has done for bridge?
No wonder my computer's tilted slightly. So in their system, 1 spade is 0 to 11 high card points with no 4-card major, and 1 no trump by them is 10 plus high card points. Al is much better explaining their system than I am.
And Mextroff has hit on the killing lead.
Wow, fourth from longest and strongest. I think we've almost forgotten to make those leads nowadays.
I'm told that earlier today, before the Europeans went to bed, there were over 6,000 kibitzers in this event.
The dynamic Danish duo brought their fan club.
I was going to say, this is one of those hands that I would be interested in what David Bird's analysis would be from his system of leads.
And I was going to comment that unfortunately for East-West, it's been tick-tock, tick-tock. Time is ticking. They still got 20 imps to make up.
Well, as Al pointed out earlier, at least they're winning the BAM event. I think they're up 1 board to none.
This is not the auction again.
So I wonder if the double shows a minor major for them.
It does not. Just says I have a big hand. 14 plus or 15 plus, depending on who you listen to.
So Macwell doesn't play Macwell.
Not according to Al.
I've been not only Al, but the kids are telling me they're only against strong no trumps.
So I'm sure Mexroth knows that Rodwell's hand is weak, but he still has a tough decision. South is going to balance with the double.
So the first break in the push boards was on 55, where 4 hearts failed in the other room. 12 imps for Nickell, which tightens the match down to a 7 imp differential.
So do you think Mextra should pull this to diamonds?
No, I think that was reasonable.
They're not known for pulling, so he has a pretty good hand for Rodwell for 2 spades.
Well, they're in 500 territory here in 2 spades.
So the answer is there. He does pull it.
So it's probably going
This
to be
double
500 again.
actually
anyway.
works. Yeah, so this double will actually work.
So Nunes makes the trump lead, which I think is an excellent decision here. With his 10 count and knowing his partner has about 13, he knows his side has the values. He knows that all of the opposing side's values are going to be in the east. So leading a trump to try and prevent a ruff seems like a very good idea.
So it appears 7 tricks are the maximum for the East hand, 500 on this board. Board 56 was also a push. Same contract, same result.
So this hand is looking like a big victory for the weak no-trump opening.
So 7 boards left for this table. 8 boards left to compare. Difficult to believe that there's no game for East-West on this one. Maybe 4 hearts. Defense would be difficult.
Well, Nunes has quite the hand here. 4 clubs is a Leaping Michael's convention, which shows at least 5 clubs and 5 cards in the unbid major, and a hand something like this one with maybe 8.5, 9 tricks. Antoni's going to be quite encouraged with his 6-card support facing his partner's Leaping Michael's bid.
And still, getting to 6 is a stretch on that hand. Over a 4-diamond bid by West. If North just bids 4 spades, that'll basically end it as long as West doesn't bid anymore. But here West may bid 4 hearts and over 4 spades bid 5 diamonds.
Or he may just figure that 8-card diamond suits with 150 honors were made for playing.
I have no idea, Andy. What would you bid with the West Hand, you or Cornelia?
I did 4 hearts. First of all, I don't want to play in diamonds at a part score when I can make game in hearts.
I don't think the problem is playing in a part score. The question is,
Well, one spec asked me, and it's a good question, what will happen over 6 spades? Will Rodwell go to 7 diamonds?
so most people are having a partner play the hand because they don't have anything to really protect. It also could be at the start of a cubit sequence at once spades is set as trump.
I was going to predict that West was not going to pass 4 spades. It came to pass.
Well, now this is where your understandings come in handy.
Do you know how fancy
In other words,
play their
there's 5 spades in this sequence. 8, yeah. So West now has a choice, a difficult choice here.
I thought Maxter and Rodwell used two hearts as Flannery. I guess they've changed their methods.
Al Holland would be the one to tell you.
I do not expect a fast call from West.
West is thinking about the possibility of a red suit slam in his direction. If his partner has the king, say the king jack of hearts and the ace of clubs, then slam looks pretty good.
And South is known to hold very few cards in the red suits. So he's pretty sure they're making this.
To be perfectly honest, I'd be more
Eric
worried
is
about
looking at
pushing
three
north-south
losers.
to a makeable slam.
I think Eric is looking at three losers, and that decided that's just too many. So.
If he bids 6, I think he'd have to be prepared to bid 7.
So board 57, the three diamond double 500. That one now, they played 3 clubs in the other room, 9 imps for Monaco, who extended their lead now to 16. Al Hollander wanting to take a poll immediately on solid 8 card suits. The auction was amazingly delicate considering the, the suits that were being held by everybody.
The other table east did not preempt his heart suit. At least not until the second round of bidding.
And Toons managed to stay low to the ground here. This contract looks pretty safe.
And so much for fourth best from your longest and strongest.
At least this was third best. East has a tough hand to lead from. What would your lead be?
I'll go
I
with
agree.
mixed
It's
drop
an ugly hand to lead from.
Oh, he's up to 8 tricks. And he bets on 9.
That's a pretty play in the club suit. If it ever gets around to it, North would West would have to play a high club, and East would have to drop the 10 of clubs so that he could eventually play the king of clubs and finesse the 9-6 and dummy. So East-West can get 4 club tricks on defense.
A triumph for standard carding.
Well, now they can't.
They can build a heart trick instead, I think.
My sources tell me that board 58 is being played in 6 spades at the other table.
Are they reliable?
Not yet. West might still bid 7 diamonds. And he did.
7 diamonds goes for 800, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so 3 imps there.
There's a heart ruff too.
Oh, that's true. It could actually, it could be expensive. We'll see. So West will get end played in the heart suited, in the club suited, it looks like.
Oh. Looks like if perfect defense can get 7 diamonds, 1400 with a heart ruff and a spade over and a heart ruff. With the then looks like you're gonna lose one of your club tricks, so it's 1100 or not. Does it go anywhere?
What?
Stuffed out of trumps, you can cross it on the in trumps to take the king of hearts and pitch a club. So I think they can only get you 1100.
No, that was the type of board that you needed if you were behind in the match. You needed to create some action with. And not the type of board that you want if you're ahead in the match.
Levin is thinking. The auction was quite different at the other table. East passed, South opened a club, West doubled for takeout, and North bid 1 spade. East bid 4 hearts, south bid 4 spades, 5 diamonds, 5 spades, pass 6 spades, 7 diamonds, pass. And I'd be awfully tempted to hope for a heart lead and bid 7 spades.
Yep. Well, as long as it's not your money, it's not a problem.
He's forced to take a position one way or the other, though. There's nothing he can do to not take a position.
Oh, I agree. And the vulnerability and everything may well make him decide to bid 7 spades.
Notice North passed the 7 diamonds. It's unclear whether North-South are in a forcing auction, maybe, but it's certainly very confusing. If South thinks they're in a force, and North passed 7 diamonds, showing a control there, that makes it a little more tempting. Maybe he's worried the club finesse is losing.
Meanwhile, here we're in a mundane one no trump contract again. Or still, I guess they went out for a break.
It's an interesting factor in the auction in the other room on 58, which is still sitting at 7 diamonds pass with South thinking. North did not double 7 diamonds, which would be the normal thing to say you do not have first round control. So if they end up bidding 7 spades, West may not lead a diamond thinking that North has a void. So it's really a touch and go.
Body conditions of the Dallas Extended Stay America. Silenced my microphone temporarily. I think I'm back.
It sounds like you're back, Mike.
At this table, South has the best remaining 3-card cribbage hand. And 7 spades.
Bridge players who are bored, obviously.
Well, it's 7 spades undoubled.
Looks like we have another swing hand coming up here. They are making a grand slam.
Yep, they led a heart.
Oh, that takes all the fun out of waiting for the score to pop up.
So it looks like East-West have a very profitable save in 5 clubs on this hand, or potentially 5 hearts. And North-South will be very tempted to bid 5 over 5 with all this extra distribution, and might be sad to find that 10 tricks is the limit on accurate defense.
Neiman might be right up regarding the first bad lead by Helmuth in a while.
I'm not convinced it was the wrong lead. Weinstein did a really nice job of pretending he had a void in diamonds.
Well, somebody here pointed out that taking that long to bid seven spades almost indicated that he wasn't voiding diamonds, but who knows?
Well, no, Levin's the one who took a long time to bid seven spades. Weinstein is the one who concealed his singleton diamond.
I actually think Weinstein just passed because he wasn't sure he was beating it, because it looked like West was sandbagging with a hand that could just make seven diamonds all by himself. There are probably solid inferences both way whether you should lead a heart or a diamond. But if South thought that North had diamond control, probably couldn't bid seven spades himself without a heart control. So there's that inference. But I don't know. It's I'm glad I wasn't on lead.
So I was away for a moment. I take it a heart was led and 17 imps are changing hands?
We don't know yet what's happening. Nothing's been put up yet.
And meanwhile, back at the ranch, East has just taken an advanced save in 5 clubs, and this is going to be a difficult position for Fantoons to avoid bidding 5 spades here on their huge spade fit, and instead have to settle for a meager penalty. We'll see if they go plus or minus.
Well, the ace king of hearts and the doubled in clubs speak against continuing. I would think on this hand.
Yeah, and I think
17 imps and Nickell back in the lead.
So 17 imps and Nickell's up by 1. Amazing. And if that hand turns out to be the difference maker in this match, you can bet it'll be talked about for a long, long time. Might replace some of the 7 diamond contracts that have been skirting around the last few years.
There are probably some players who made previous opening leads that will be glad this will be the new talk du jour.
I'm sure you are right about that.
Well, South is certainly thinking about something other than double. It does have a very strong playing hand. If the king, queen, jack of diamonds is the ace, they're making red on white. They might be able to score a ruff or two to get up to 500 on defense, though.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, too many wasted values for North in a diamond suit. He'd prefer to see the ace of diamonds rather than the king, queen, jack.
And South is dead.
So now the question is whether East-West will take the push to 6 because of the vulnerability.
The West hand doesn't really scream out to me 6-level save with you have fillers in partner suit, but no shortness to rough anything. So I think it's up to East to take the push if they're going to take the phantom save. still got the chance to make the last mistake.
So Spec points out that maybe they shouldn't take the save in 6 because the 5 diamond bid should deny a club control.
Well, West is in there with 5 hearts, but I think North-South are kind of forced to 5 spades anyway, so I don't think that makes a material difference, because I think North-South are on a force now. I suppose they could stop the double, but 5 diamonds is presumably going to 5 spades, and North does indeed bid 5 spades. Again, they're forcing pass agreements, might impact his decision here, whether they play a pass as forward going or more forward going than a bid.
And East is not, the East-West are still not done yet. If East passes, I think that will be the final contract, though.
One of the specs comments that 5 clubs could easily make because of the bad communication between the north-south hands. They're never going to be able to cash their diamonds.
That is true. What a frustrating position to be in on defense.
So maybe 5 spades was a good sack against 5 clubs.
Five clubs could have been the old very good save. At the end of board 59, I predict the score will be tied. I think that it's just came in.
Yep, and that's our first 1-imp swing on this match. Of this set, actually.
South has had enough of these shenanigans and is doubling.
So I think West has a preference here. He should just bid 6 clubs.
And clubs plays a trick better than hearts.
Leaving it up to East.
East still could punt. No partner.
And by the
you
way,
make the last mistake.
I don't think it was a 100% certainty that South was going down in 5 spades. If he got a heart lead, he might well make 5 spades.
Al, yeah, I think 5 clubs is a preference because East did show 4 clubs on this bidding, as far as I'm concerned, when he jumped to 5 clubs. Aha. So, Jeff, passing it back to Eric. This is cute.
Not much room left between 5-no trump redoubled and 6 clubs.
Yeah, I think Eric will prefer 6 clubs at this point. Okay, well, I'm looking at this auction completely wrong. I would have bid 5 clubs and 6 clubs with the West hand. The comment made by the in the write-up that it's better to play in the suit that you're missing the ace. That may be true, but when you're missing the ace-king, I prefer the other suit.
And especially if you're going to play at the 6th level.
East-West have quickly climbed to 6 clubs at the other table on this hand.
So all of a sudden, this match has gone from kind of dull to extremely exciting.
I think they were waiting for me to show up.
That must have been it.
Now, the problem here is if he revs 2 diamonds, he's got 3 trump losers, it looks like. So he can, but he doesn't realize perhaps that Nunez doesn't have another diamond to lead. Spec points out, maybe rightfully so, I didn't even look at it, was on a spade lead, declarer may lose control in the hand.
Whoever goes for the tap with ace-king, 4th, or trump.
McStrath read the position well, so he's going to go down 2 here.
Declarer at the other table in 6 clubs is in danger of actually going down extra tricks because he has played a heart before drawing trumps, and South can now give North a ruff on the second round of hearts, sacrificing the ace of trumps in exchange for North to be able to cash 2 diamond tricks. Plot thickens.
Definitely an exciting board.
You have not yet found that defense. Well, South played back a spade, which Declarer ruffed, and then East insisted on the hearts by playing another one. Now North can ruff his partner's ace and cash 2 diamonds, and I think that's the recommended play. But we'll see. Weinstein has better card sense than I do. Weinstein has ruffed his partner's ace. So another modest swing to Nickell. Well, the shape is coming in these last few boards of the match. Another potential for a big swing on this board.
Yeah, Rodwell has a kind of an awkward decision here. He certainly has the values for a negative double, but he might not be thrilled about the possibility of being forced to play in 3 clubs if his partner doesn't have a major suit to bid.
What do you think about playing for penalties here with the West hand and hoping partner can reopen?
I think that's awfully rich.
So I think he made a non-forcing 2-spade call.
I think you might also pass, and if partner doubles, maybe you jump in spades or something.
Here we get any action.
Well, Rodwell has bid his long suit with his good hand and caught a raise.
So Al kind of admonishing himself for his prognosis on that. So 5-imp differential and 4 boards to go. Andy, Al is not a country. So the play really is of the interest here now. He can afford to lose 2 spade tricks and 1 other trick. So he may just play the ace of spades and then just start roughing diamonds.
Yeah, Jack 10 of hearts fall conveniently, and South with only 1 trump. You have a lot of tricks you can take on this hand.
Yeah, the hand plays extremely well for Declarer. He actually might even be able to handle a 4-0 break in trump.
I think if you don't cash the ace of spades early, by the time you cash the ace king of hearts and see the jack and 10 drop, you may reconsider whether or not you want to have cashed one round of spades.
And that may very well be what he's going to do.
Carefully lead a second heart up towards the king queen 9 in case South has a singleton.
So he can just about claim 5 here once he leads a spade. He can ruff a diamond, play the ace of spades. Once the queen falls, he can just give up 2 spade tricks if he wants.
A difference in personalities. With the play otherwise identical, Rodwell has retained his diamond 3, while Helgamo has retained his diamond 10. If Declare had an opportunity for 12 tricks, but I think
So it looks like an M2 Monaco on this thing, which tightens the match up to 4-amp differential. I think this is about what we all expected. Three boards to go and 4 amps differential.
well, from my experience playing against Nickell, it's very hard to pick up an impa board against them. Kind of like a touch-and-go game for North-South here that may do more going than touching.
I think they'll get to 4 spades on this hand.
I think with South overcalling 1 spade, it's very hard to control yourself with the north hand a bit less than game.
About the only defense that I can see is somehow West finds a diamond lead, and East somehow finds an underleading of the club.
Well, it looks like
Wow.
Fantoni
Well, that would have set
does
4.
very well.
Yeah.
Now, you haven't actually taken 9 tricks yet.
So several specs have told me that they're in 3 spades. So we already see the result in for the other room. They were in 3 spades, making 3.
The other table has now passed this one as far as the alacrity of the play has gone.
Considering who's playing at this table, I'm really happy to see the 2 tables are almost neck and neck together. It makes it much more suspenseful.
So it appears that the declarer is in pretty good shape here. It seems like maybe the defense played 2 more rounds of trumps, but I think declarer's in control now, right? Just 2 heart tricks and a pitch on the king of diamonds and a heart ruff on the last trump. I guess he just needs to shut out East long trump. I think declarer ought to be able to handle the rest of the tricks for 9 tricks at any rate. Maybe there's more to the play than it appears.
With diamonds 3-3, I don't see what can go wrong.
I really should turn Gib on to help my analysis. Something exciting may be happening at the other table on board 63. Helgamo is in danger of losing control of his 3-0 trump contract. We'll see that when it comes up here. Could be an exciting board.
So Joy anxious to get into the overtime rounds.
I think Helgamo has a big decision in his play in 3-0 trump, and if he goes for an end play against South, he could potentially go down, and the distribution of the cards may indicate that that is a play he might make. We'll see when the result comes in whether either way there could be potential for a swing on this board. Especially with North overflowing 1 heart, that is in danger. But I'm not so sure that East-West are in a big hurry to double it, and they in fact are just bidding normally.
So they'll arrive at the same contract. Did that dissuade Fantoni away from leading a heart in this case?
Well, I think more importantly, it pretty much marks the ace of clubs on side. And so it's going to make the line of play pretty straightforward.
Yeah, very, very straightforward now.
Well, at the other table, how
4 heart tricks, 3 spade
diamonds.
tricks, and the ace king of diamonds. That's about as straightforward as you can get. Now it just says,
it's late in the day at the other table, and they have not yet played on clubs. And South has an opportunity, Declare has an opportunity to try to end play South with in diamonds to lead away from potential ace of clubs, and I think he may be trying to go for that line.
here, West can safely play for 10 tricks. He just simply, if he wants to, just get back to his hand and lead a club towards the board.
Looks like Helgamo is going to go down in this 3-0 trump contract, which
The north hand is now good.
is going to cause them to have some major problems in trying to come back on board 64.
That'll pretty much cinch it for Nickell.
He's going to wind up with 10.
I think you're going to try to take 9
get
tricks
ten.
and accidentally get one more.
And so by default, he'll make an over trick.
Wow.
So 14 imps and 1 board, and we'll see what happens with that one. I want to thank everybody for a great match and for a great commentary. Both Andy, Cornelia, and Mike for joining us later here. And in the write-up section, everybody who contributed, Nikolai, and anybody who I forget, I do apologize. Great job by your graph operator. And for Jam Martel for putting this together and for the ACBL. Thank you again, everybody.
And to you,
Thank
Andy.
you,
It was
Andy.
a nice session. All of you were great to work with.
Always fun to work with all of you guys. Always fun. The game of bridge is a great game.
Not vulnerable, Fantoni is willing to show 2 suits of the same color.
And one diamond, probably a 5 to 8 point hand here, or 5 to 7. I'm not quite sure. Al knows the range. So it depends on who explains it. Okay, Al, I'll let you explain it.
The match is just out of reach from a game swing on this board, but it looks like there's a touch and go 4 hearts that Helgamo is making at the other table. That is non-trivial to take 10 tricks. If Mexter Thunderrod will either stop short or fail to take 10 tricks on this game, it will make it'll make them want to go over all the 1 and 2 imp swings in their math just to make sure.
So it appears to be a normal contract. Now, see if it has any play. Unfortunately, 120 really doesn't have any good lead. A diamond lead was about his best shot. And already we have a score at the other table, 4 hearts making.
Well, while we wrap this up, a special thank you to Gary Hahn, our wonderful operator. He's done a fabulous job all of this event. Thank you very much, Gary.
So already a different line of play here. In the other room, Declare led a diamond to the ace and dragged a spade back to the king.
I like the play of a spade to the jack. You're conveniently in your hand to take that finesse, and if it works, it's still a trick. So South, with diamonds bottled up and Declare leading spade to the jack, back might have found it attractive to play a trump back. though he has a very unattractive trump holding to lead from, might have given Rodwell some pause on the hand. I guess without a second round of spades being knocked out, he'd be forced to take some sort of finesse.
He could go down now.
Well, down one would be 12 imps, so it would make it more exciting.
So declares two competing lines here: to rough a spade, rough a diamond, and rough a spade, and that line fails. And the path to victory is to rough a spade, take a trump finesse, and then rough your last spade. And
when you're in a position that if it loses,
not so clear.
It's not quite clear as to which line is better here. Possibly the lack of a heart shift by South might induce you to take the hard hook.
Hey, Steve.
You're never too late to talk, Steve. Welcome. McClure is probably thinking about why South did not shift to a trump and may come to the correct conclusion and embark on the path to victory.
So there it is, a 2-imp victory for the Nickell team. Well, thanks everybody. It was a pleasure. I hope you all enjoyed. I certainly did. And congratulations to the Nickell team for a hard-fought and a well-deserved victory. And congratulations to the Monaco team for playing a fantastic match. It was just terrific for all of us.
Bye, everybody. Until next time, thank you again. It's been a lot of fun.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Thanks all.